Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 145 and today we have got some very big plans indeed. As you guys know, in the previous episode things sort of went wrong. I mean, we built this thing, this lovely looking contraption right here, and we were going to make it so that we fired concrete powder across the sky in a nice arc, landing in the ocean outside of Xisumavoid's Guardian farm to create this sign right here to say congratulations on passing his driving test. Seemed like a fantastic idea. We did plenty of testing. We built one way up in the sky. We worked out that we could in fact launch these concrete powder blocks. They would land on top of one another, and then we built it. We built it on the Hermitcraft server, and of course that was not the case. I think it's something to do with, well, number one, I didn't build it high enough. That is clearly much higher than the one that I built on Hermitcraft, but more importantly, I think it has something to do with the fact that it was landing in water, so as soon as it touches the water, it sort of updates and turns it into solid concrete, and it does that in the block beneath. Which means that it was basically snapping downwards, and then the next one would fall next to it, and then it would stack up from there. Basically, it just didn't work, okay? It just didn't work, and it was really, really upsetting, but I am not someone to be defeated, and I think I have come up with a new design and a new way to build this thing. So as you can see right here, we have sort of gone back to the old design where we had the fence posts and then we had all of the slime blocks as well. We're going to be sort of rebuilding this thing and adding an extra element that I think is going to make this thing work perfectly. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I really don't want this to break again. That would be incredibly upsetting. So, I have almost finished writing out my message, and as far as I know, this thing is going to be flipped over. So, yeah, those blocks will land first, which means they'll go up to the top. Or was it the other way around? I honestly can't remember, but what I've done is I've added in a circuit like this, which is going to push all of those blocks across here. They will then all fall down, and I might want to add in a little bit of a delay here, just to make sure they don't get pushed through the glass. But then they'll land on the fence post, then the fence post will be retracted, they'll be launched upwards, and we should get a nice sign in the water here. That's my theory. It could do with a little bit of work, so we'll have to wait and see how it goes. We hit the button. It works! It's upside down. It's upside down. But that functions. We've got ourselves a working design. We can actually build Xisuma's awesome sign now, using that technique right there. Because the issue was that, yeah, if they were left for too long, so if I placed them myself and just left them on top of the fence post, as soon as the fence posts move, the entities actually broke and just landed on the floor as items. But if they're on there for like less than 30 seconds, then they still get launched upwards by the slime blocks, and you get things like that happening. Right, I'm quickly going to test it out the right way up, just so I know how to write these things, because I don't want to make mistakes like that when actually doing it for Xisuma, but that is extremely, extremely exciting. Now I know this is like a frequent occurrence, but I have a genuine worry that I might have blown up the redstone shulker box with TNT. It's not in my inventory, so we're going to take a look around. I can't remember if I picked it up or not. I have never been so happy to see something in my life. I must admit though, I am kind of regretting blowing up all of that redstone because I don't particularly have very many redstone resources anymore. So guys, I've got a bit of a progress update for you. As you can see, we have placed in all of our sticky pistons, and we've also placed in all of our slime blocks. We've worked out how long this thing is going to be. So it is going to be 36 blocks long, which means that everything has been fully centered. And now we're going to start work on the fence posts. Oh my word. No! That's the last person. The last person we would want joining the game. No! Maybe this episode could end up being another fail. Oh, I so want this to be finished before he actually sees it. Success! Okay, he's gone. He probably just came on to get himself a thumbnail, which is brilliant. So, as I say, we're going to start work on the fence posts. Now, I can't actually remember where the fence posts have to go. So we have... I'm looking at the design on the other account here. So it literally is, yeah, slime blocks, and then the fence posts are on this block right here. So we're going to have a bunch of sticky pistons, a whole ton of sticky pistons, in fact, facing in this direction over here. And that is going to be our launching mechanism. Awesome. This should be done in no time. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Now that's the worst. That's his actual account. I think he might be playing Hermitcraft today. As I said, his base is over there. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope that he's not working on the Guardian farm today. We're going to be like the sneakiest prankers in the world. Right, so this monostable circuit right here is meant to be set to 4 ticks. We've got a 4 tick output coming out of there. And that goes into this line of redstone here, which will power all of our pistons. So, that means that this thing, at least the launching mechanism, should now all be done. Now, I hate to say it, but we are going to test this once, and only once, because I am now going to have to replace all of the slime blocks. Or not. Now, is there any particular reason why that did not fire? Ah, there we go. Okay. Now that should work. There we go, and now I have to replace all of the slime blocks. Brilliant, we have solved the problem. It's very good that I tested that before we started constructing it. Right, okay, I'm going to fix up this gigantic mess, and then we can start adding in the block pushers. Oh yeah, just to let you know, it is currently one of the windiest days in the history of mankind in England right now. So if you can hear some bits going on in the background, that is literally the wind just blasting past my window. I can't remember how high the wind speeds are, but they're in like, I think they're in like hundreds of miles an hour. It's insane. Right, so I am totally out of regular pistons. Obviously, we need a ton of those to push all of our concrete across. This is what the system is looking like, which is fantastic. And I have to say, we're making excellent progress. We're absolutely flying through this project. I think because of how much of a fail the last one was, I budgeted a lot more time than perhaps I really needed for this thing. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm a total moron. I've run out of regular pistons again. And for some bizarre reason, I didn't think to bring the resources along with me. So back to the base we go. Ah, yeah, there's one thing that I want to mention, and that is to do with the Hermitron Go. Xisumavoid and Iskal are currently talking about it. Basically, when I first announced this thing, when I was first showing off this thing, a lot of people mentioned that in the chat. Rendog said don't show off until my video comes out today. I actually recorded that. I was recording that video 7 days before my video released. Yeah, I tend to record things quite far off in advance, and now, because of the way things work, all of the Hermitrons have been found, which means that we aren't actually able to play Hermitron Go, and oh my word, we have got very, very little durability left, so I think we should probably crash land somewhere, and we should probably, oh, I don't know what to do. Also, reading some of the things that they are talking about, I don't know what's... I have no idea. Never played Pokemon, never played Pokemon Go. It's all completely new to me. And that right there was my last block of red hardened clay, which is a little bit frustrating as we were super, super close to the end there. I thought we might have just about finished everything, but no. Of course, I mean, there's literally, I suppose we do have the final pillar, but that's probably about 10 bits of hardened clay, and the worst part is that, well, let's just say, I haven't been particularly careful about where it lands, which is, yeah, a little bit frustrating. But anyway, let's launch off, go back up to the base, we can pick up some hardened clay, and also start picking up some of the bits for the concrete. Please, 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 please. Have I really used all of my red hardened clay? I guess we're gonna have to start using this. So this part right here should be the final bits. We are now connecting up this piston pusher into our actual launching mechanism. So once all of the pistons have pushed the concrete powder across, that should then run down into this redstone line right here, which has to make its way into, I think... Where does it have to go? It has to go into that button right there. So this is where the input is going to be. So we're going to need, a repeater input right there. And we want to make sure that it's a little bit delayed, but obviously not so delayed that our entities then turn into items when the fence posts move. It shouldn't be too difficult, and I think that should just about cover us. So that will run out like that, and then we power everything with redstone, and there we go. That's everything done. This beast is now completed. Should I test it out? I feel like maybe I should test out the first layer. Yeah, that could be a good idea. So we have a bit of a situation on our hands. I've got no durability in my elytra, but I need to get over to the brown district. I think I should just give it a go, and I think they're just broken. I think they're already broken. They don't seem to be going anywhere. I hope you enjoy the noise. I thought it's been a while. So, we're going to do our first proper test of this thing right here. And I have to say, I'm quite nervous. So I've done a Y simply because if that's the wrong way up, obviously we're going to know about it. I've disconnected all of these pistons over here, so we should only have to place back these ones. And I have disconnected the second set of slime blocks and also all of the regular pistons past this point. So we shouldn't get any fence post pushing. Now we just need to grab ourselves a button or some form of redstone activation device, and we can see if this thing is going to work. Now, I am nervous for this because obviously we had huge quantities of issues in the previous episode of Hermitcraft trying to get this thing to work. If it doesn't work this time, I genuinely think I might give up on my Hermitcraft Let's Play. It's that serious. Alright, so all we have to do is we just have to parkour over to this point over here, which could be easier said than done with someone like me. We need to place in this button, and we need to give it a press. What the heck? What the heck? Oh my god. Did that just not work? Did that not just... No? No? Seriously? Seriously? Oh. I'm gonna see if I can get this to work. Now we're gonna try this out again. I have changed it so that the delays are exactly the same as they are in my testing world. Everything is identical. This thing, well, it should be fully functional. I mean, that's set up correctly. In theory, our blocks should just land on top of the fence gates and then be shot upwards by the slime blocks. So let's pop out the back, hit the button, and then I'm going to try my best to see what happens from the front. So see, everything... There's nothing that I can do. There is nothing that I can do there that will make that work. They were being broken. Maybe I need to slow down the piston extensions. But that is pushing it, really. You know what this project reminds me of? It reminds me of the slime block elevators that I built in Series 1 of Hermitcraft. It's an idea that I've had that clearly isn't going to work, and everyone else can see it apart from me. Now, one thing that I will say is that we are getting some really, really strange server lag right now. I mean, the sky is all over the place, all of the mobs are moving very slowly, so there is a chance that might have something to do with it. But I'm not holding out too much hope, to be honest with you. This is going to be the final test. If this one doesn't work, then I think we're going to have to give up on the project. But the idea is that we have 8 ticks between each piston push now, which means that should give it plenty of time to not break all of our blocks. Did it? It worked! Did it work? Oh, please tell me it worked. Please tell me that worked. Yes! I'm the happiest man in the world. Oh, I just literally, I double fist pumped into the sky. Right, let's do this all the way across, and then I guess we can place in, this hardened whatever, ready for Xisumavoid. Oh, what a win. Right, that should be everything written out. So now we just need white going across here, and then we need our red dots, those, and that should just about finish everything off. So, his entire sign has been completely written out. I should probably get rid of this as well, and I actually don't know how I should do that. Maybe I should do it, yeah, from the bottom up. The bottom up seems like a good idea. If I did it from the top down, then it would probably cover the entire thing with water. So that should flow down. Good, everything is safe, everything is protected. Because imagine if the water landed on top of all this and just turned it into hardened concrete. Right. Well, it's done. Now we need to try and get in contact with Xisumavoid and get him to see this thing. And of course, now that I actually want him to be on the server, obviously he is not on the server. Maybe I might just have to put some signs down. I've come up with a bit of a plan to make this thing just a tiny bit better, and it is going to involve fireworks. So we have got, it goes red then orange. It's a small ball, but then we add in that, and it's star-shaped. So now we have like a star-shaped explosion. Am I right in saying that? And then we just need 1, 2, 3, and 4 of those, and then we can craft those into our fireworks, which should have a flight duration of 2. What did I just do? Oh no! Well, we have 12 fireworks now, and a bunch of useless flight duration 2 rockets. I didn't realise that was going to happen. Oh, how frustrating. All of our dispensers are now in place, they're all wired up, and I feel like I should test out this thing. Yeah, that's a cool looking firework. Right, I'm going to fill in all of these dispensers right here, and it's all fully hooked up into the mechanism. Now we just have to move the button so that it's somewhere easily accessible. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the system is now as good as it can possibly be. We've got the button out the front, which will be controlling this unit, and then out here we have got all of the signs explaining everything. So, hey X, it's me again. I don't like to be defeated, and I am determined to give you a proper congratulations. However, there is a chance this one won't work either. Good luck, and congratulations on passing from Mumbo, because of course Xisumavoid passed his driving test, I think probably about 2 weeks ago now. So yeah, this system right here is a little bit on the late side. But as I say, we now have this button right here, and when Xisuma presses this, in an ideal world, congrats will come up in all of this water, and fireworks will be sent up into the sky. Now, whether that happens or not, I guess we're going to have to wait and see. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go AFK overnight, and I'm going to try my best to get some more gunpowder from our mob spawner, because right now we are running dangerously low on the stuff. So I'm going to gather up more of that, and then when I come back in the morning, we will see if Xisuma has used his sign, and if he hasn't, we will see if we can gather him up and do a quick recording with him. Fingers crossed. Okay, we are going to try our best to be super professional here. We're actually coming in really, really fast. That was probably the most elegant thing I have ever done in my life. And we are back on the server. Now, we have managed to survive the night. We haven't been kicked, which is fantastic. And everything is looking really quite good. Now, I am hoping that we have got tons upon tons of gunpowder. So now that I've closed my door to stop all of that crazy echoing, I mean, wow! I really can't complain when it comes to the quantity of bones. And we have a decent quantity of string, but gunpowder is not... It's really not pushing it too much, is it? Oh, as far as I can see, whoa! Okay, I was about to complain about the fact that the mob spawner probably wasn't working that well. That doesn't seem to be the case. This side's even worse. After one whole night of AFKing, we've only got maybe half a double chest of gunpowder? Huh. I was expecting a little bit more than that. That is a bit of a shame, but anyway, we're now going to fly over to Xisumavoid's little area, and we're going to see if he has used his device just yet. Wow. That looks incredible. Seriously. That looks like some kind of like Hollywood Beverly Hills mansion. I love it. So here we come. We are passing Logwarts. Now we are passing my fireworks shop. And to be honest, I'm not expecting him to have used it. And no, by the look of things, he hasn't. Now, he's not online right now. And he doesn't seem to be on Discord, which means that I think we're just going to have to leave this one for another day. So everyone, go on Twitter, let Xisumavoid know that he has got a rather lovely looking sign in his base that he really needs to use. And we're just going to have to cross our fingers that it actually works. If it doesn't work, then it is going to be super, super embarrassing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode on the Hermitcraft server. If you did, please sure to that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.